Virgo 17, a volcano in eruption. I don't often speak about the continuity of one degree to the next in a sequence of 360 stages which Rudhyar put forward. That's because most people are interested in their own degrees and very few people will study the Sabians as a mystery teaching. But for those of you who are interested in this sequential development, Rudhyar has spoken on the subject in great depth, and I refer you to his work. The reason I'm talking about it now is that Virgo 17 is really clearly an extension of Virgo 16. In Virgo 16 we talked about an orangutan, the primal animal nature that we have and what we have to do to contain it and channel it. Well, in Virgo 17, Rudhyar kind of points out that sometimes it will not be challenged, it will not be channeled, it will be erupting. The volcano is erupting here. And this whole thing of a volcano is an aspect of nature where the earth is created, stone is created out of fire, things are made out of passion. We're not talking about ordinary, everyday emotionality, silly tantrums and getting it out because you can't hold it in. This is not that. This is where nature is taking that idea of having to release something that actually is creating, real creating. We're creating stuff, things out of passion. And the whole idea of creativity and the creator and creation comes into play here. The Sufi story about creation is that God says this: I was a thing of wonder and I wanted to be known, and so I created creation so that somebody would know me. It's one of the myths that we have on earth to make up the beginning of it all, which we will never understand. But the idea of creating is really central to Sufism. We think that God may be love, we think that God may be justice, we think all of these things. Yeah. But what we know is that whatever we want to call the creator, and that's what we're talking about. Who created all of this? Who created it? Well, the creator did. There's no dispute about that. There needs to have been a creator for something to have been created. It didn't just pop out of nothing. There was a consciousness that made it happen. Now, I know scientists don't get this. That's their problem. We know that a creator created all of this. Now, what we know about the creator, and the only thing we really know about the creator, is that it is creative. So whenever we're talking about creation and creativity, we're in the presence of the creator. It is the energy of the creator. And here we have a volcano creating earth. It's one of the most powerful symbols of life imaginable. It's hard to imagine anything more indicative of the life force than a volcano erupting in fire that we cannot withstand. It is like the sun as far as we're concerned. We can't get close to the fire of a volcano. And it just bubbles up and makes earth molten. It melts stone. and there is the potential then for life. Out of stone, minerals seep to the surface and algae form, and algae are biological units, so that creates the vegetable world on which the animal kingdom dines. We've got the pattern of life beginning with the volcano. Now, within us, within ourselves, is the resonance with the volcanic energy. How could it be otherwise? Everything resonates with everything else. Whatever is somewhere is everywhere. So within us is a volcano. And that's not metaphor. On the deepest level of molecular understanding, our cells are on fire and exploding to create new cells. We do have it within us. And yeah, very few people have the consciousness of that explosive energy taking place within our physical bodies. But some do. Some do. One of my teachers did. He described his biological functions really clearly because he was able to experience them. He had that degree of consciousness of himself. So we're being encouraged here to understand that within us is a volcano, and that therefore it will erupt at some point. Now it may not erupt in a lifetime. It may only erupt once in a lifetime. But the energy of breakthrough and dealing with something which cannot be dealt with except with volcanic force, this is indicated. So whereas in the orangutan, Virgo 16 case, we have these primal energies and we have to use to channel them into the world. In Virgo 17 we're saying, sometimes you just have to explode. You just have to destroy everything in your life because it's gone, it's dead, there is no life in it. And the metaphor here, it can be taken to our circumstances. Perhaps you've been living in a near-death type of grey life for a very long time. You're in a relationship that gives no joy to either of you. The kids are gone. Your work is boring and you're doing it just for money. You got no friends that interest you. You got no hobbies. You're dead. And people get like that. It's kind of what depression does to people. And sometimes you can't deal with depression in any gentle way. There's no way you can politely deal with some of these issues. And the thing to do is then to understand that nothing is okay. Therefore, anything that you have instead is better. When you've got that do or die attitude to life, then it is appropriate just to smash it all up. Leave your relationship, leave your job, move away from your old, boring town. Just put yourself in harm's way. Put yourself in the wind and blow up your life. Because life itself is deeper than the things that come out of life. The life force is always within us. If it is not, then we do die. We have no breath. But if we have breath, then we have life. And if we have life, then we can somehow access it. Now, life itself is certain to create something or other. It might not be comfortable. It's very unlikely that you would find it comfortable to live on the side of a mountain that becomes a volcano now and again. You'd be in constant fear of explosion, wouldn't you? And you'd have to run at some point. It wouldn't be comfortable. We're not discussing comfort and security here. We're discussing, look, you're dead. Get out. Blow it up and start again. Allow life to course through your being and create something new and exciting.